Hey guys, it is Monday night.
Monday Night Sketchy Live, the podcast. Welcome to it. And again, we're not going to go into too much depth until we know for sure we have volume or sound. So, with that being said, Johnny Jalopy, ADB.
We'll be right back. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the broadcast tonight.
Keep going.
Well, what are you playing?
Just keep going.
He's just making sure, I guess, we have sound. So we've got Sam Metro joining us. Sam, since you're on, can you hear us? Can you hear us without any type of delay or reverb? Is that what they call it? Reverb? Or
we're good.
Okay. I guess we're good. Johnny tested it out. Hey guys, we are back in town. Spud Anderson, Cam McNulty joining us. Welcome.
What's up, me daughter? And hey, Spud, and I'm assuming Julie. What is going on, you world travelers? You boy, oh boy, we'd like to hang out and do a travel. Because you know what? There's something that happens when you go traveling with people that you know. There's this person that shows up in the midst of when you're just hanging out. You might be having dinner, maybe you're having drinks at the piano bar or something to that effect. Or although they're doing traveling stuff, we're not talking just cruises. But then this thing shows up, and it's a man fully dressed in denim. Because denim sleeps.
Denim never sleeps. We have seen one close copycat woman.
I've seen
denim.
I've seen many denim, full on denim. Yeah. Denim never sleeps.
Yeah. Never.
What's happening?
Yes, guys, we have an exciting night tonight.
Welcome to Sketchy Live, the podcast. I'm John Jalopy, your hot rod artist. And with me, as always, the linchpin, the lynch mob, always holding it together.
Hey,
the president of all presidents, the president and
I've been
general manager. You've always said you're the president.
Good.
Of johnnyjalopy.com. It's Itty B.
Hi guys. I'm going to be doing something a little special tonight. I know we've been doing a lot of viewer questions.
Yeah, you said there was a bunch of questions that came in, and you were curious to ask questions. Now these are hopefully not things we've already gone over, because that would suck.
It's probably some things that people who've been watching us for a while might know, but we have a lot of new followers.
We do. In fact, as names are coming up, it's cool to see some new names.
Right.
So yeah.
So let me do this real quick, because this is what we're all about. So we're gonna give our shout outs here as people are popping in. We really try and acknowledge that you're on. If you would let us know where you're tuning in from, maybe how you heard about us.
We just talked about the history of Sketchy Live and how it all started and what it takes to do the podcast. I mean, amazingly, that'd be great questions. Anyways, good.
Well, is that what we're doing tonight?
No, I'm kidding.
I thought we were doing
holy roll with the punches and do your job.
Okay.
Jeepers creepers.
All right. So again, Sam Metro from Claremont, Florida. Welcome.
Sam Metro.
Cam McNulty from Wyoming.
It's me, Dua.
Spud and Julie back in town.
Yeah.
Diane Kinnery is joining us.
What's
she said we can hear you.
Kinnery's, how are you?
Michael Overby, what's happening?
Overby.
Shango Nork.
There's a name we haven't heard in a little bit.
He's been busy, probably.
Shango.
Probably.
Nork.
Spud says we definitely need to travel together again.
Yeah.
Denim never sleeps.
It never sleeps.
Paul Marziani joining us. Welcome.
What's up, Paul Marziani?
We've got Frank Papello. Hooray. It's time for Sketchy Live.
What's
next
up,
week at this time I will be on a cruise ship. I hope to have good internet. So
listen,
this guy goes on so many vacations.
If you miss it because you're having a good time vacationing, we will understand. Trust me.
Understood. Chris Malinsky joining us.
But if there's any way you can get us on the Jumbotron, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? And then get a shot of it real quick. How awesome would that be?
We've got Julio Hernandez.
What's
Welcome
up,
from
Julio?
San Jose.
What's up?
California. We've got Michael Overby from Lake Michigan listening in.
I actually have, well, I did. I'm not totally sure now, but I used to have tons of relatives in San Jose. So shout out to the Arianeses.
You got to roll it. Is it a roll?
I don't have to roll anything. I pronounced it the correct way.
Arianes.
Telling me how to pronounce my own. Wow. Okay, good.
Micah Claycamp.
What's up, Micah? Hey, thanks for the visit. Sure appreciate you, man. And
all the way from Colorado.
Yeah,
stop by to say hi to Johnny the other day. Sorry, I missed you, Micah.
You made a mistake by saying you would help me with the whole Procreate stuff because I'm going to be picking your brain, brother.
Because somebody got a new toy this weekend.
I did. We'll talk about it.
Exciting.
Yeah.
He said, how's the iPad Pro working for you?
Tested it a little bit yesterday, and I got to tell you,
loving it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but a big learning curve too. It's a big difference between what I've been working in. So yeah,
exciting though, because you've been talking about this possibility for quite some time.
Yeah, it is exciting.
So I'm excited he finally pulled the trigger, and that was me pushing him. You're welcome.
Are you turned away from me again? You did do that, didn't you? I can tell by your chair. You're pointed that way.
I'm pointing face. I'm facing the camera.
Okay,
we're good. Chongo is from San Jose as well. LOL.
Yeah.
Marvin Kramer. Hey, you two. Dave Creek, Colorado here with too many fires around. I did see a bunch of fires pop up.
Stay safe out there in Colorado.
There were some fires out by Santa Maria too.
Yes, there's well, we're in summer and it's wildfire season.
All right, we are.
If that's what's going on, we go conspiracy. There's all kinds of things about that kind of thing, but there's a lot of fires and things going on. But be safe. Be safe.
Yes.
Did you hit Gavin Little as well from Washington? I didn't hear you say that.
Oh no, I did not see him on here. Where is it? Did I miss him?
You did.
Where? Oh, hello from Washington, Gavin. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. So sorry, I'm scrolling. I scrolled too far.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So we are caught up on the intros.
Perfect.
Let's get into it.
Don't just dive right into it.
I am gonna dive right into it.
So how was your weekend? What'd you do?
Prep for this is what I did now.
You just did that 2 minutes ago. How was your weekend? What'd you do?
Sure. I didn't do much this weekend. We had a pretty nice relaxing weekend. Sunday we did go to the Apple store, which
come on, we had breakfast on Saturday.
We did have breakfast.
Wow.
I had a hair appointment.
You did have a hair appointment. How did it go?
Good.
Yeah. What else?
The highlight of the weekend, I think, was Sunday.
Why is that?
Because we went to fellowship in the morning.
That was a fun time.
It was a fun time, great time in the Word on Sunday morning.
Although I gotta say, Saturday morning was great too, because you and I got into the Word as well, and we had coffee together.
We did,
breakfast. and then we went to breakfast. Come on,
you're
good. Skipping a whole
Friday night. Also, really.
Hello.
Friday night was great.
Actually, let's talk about Friday night. What did we do Friday?
Friday night, we usually go to dinner.
Somewhere. We do usually go to dinner.
And I said to Johnny, I'm like, just where do you want to go?
Yeah. You got in an argument with because I didn't make a decision.
Right.
You said I was wishy-washy.
Yes.
And a terrible husband.
So I did not.
Yeah.
So we went.
Then I was like, okay. So then I decided what we were doing, and then I was told that's a stupid idea. We're not doing that. Then husbands, can you help me out here?
We wound up.
So then we both decided we didn't really want to eat a big meal.
Right.
We didn't want to do dinner.
We didn't.
And it was later because,
by the time the argument was over.
Right. But yeah. And we had to clean up the glass and all the things we had thrown against the walls. You had to put a steak on your black eye and, I had to cover my knife wound from the stabbing. But all in all, we decided, hey, let's go what if we just did appetizers and sat at the bar at one of our little local
pubs.
It's a restaurant. It's not a pub. And what if we did that? And it was, same old rigmarole, which is we get there and everybody's hovering. They're like, finish their drinks and they're just chit-chatting.
And I made friends with the girl holding the door.
You did, and said, hey, hook us up.
And she's like, why do you keep coming in and out? And I said, because I'm waiting for a seat at the bar.
Yeah.
She said, I got you.
Yeah. And so she lied and
came out to get us. No, she came out to get us. So yeah, we had a little bit of appetizers.
Almost like a date night.
Couple drinks. We started talking.
Did you and I almost go on a date after we had fought?
Almost.
Oh man. What would have sealed it? Oh, I know what would have sealed it. Classic romantic come home, take our shoes off, right? We took our shoes off. You talk to the dog for a little bit and then immediately said, "Hey,
going to bed.
Let's go to bed." And I was like, okay, this is going to be a date night. And sure enough, you went in there and you washed up and you did your thing. And then you came out. No. You did your whole thing. You came out and you gave me a little peekaboo. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. This date night is going to be on.
This is happening.
Yeah. And then I go and I wash my face, brush my teeth like a good boy, make sure I don't stink. And I come out.
Sorry.
It was a great date night. But we had breakfast Saturday and it was all fun.
In any case, Sunday we
time spent with you. That's all.
Okay. Sunday.
Don't blow me up like that.
People are not here to listen to what we did over the weekend.
They are here to listen to what Sunday, you and I do.
Sunday, we did go to the Apple store. Like Johnny said, it was Saturday while I was at my hair appointment. I think Micah stopped by, right? When I was at my hair appointment. Was it? Or was it Friday?
I think that was Friday.
Friday. Okay. I was at work. And Johnny has been trying to get into this Apple thing. He's been wanting this iPad Pro for quite some time.
Everybody in the world who does creative stuff, everybody, tattoo art, everybody, even this young girl that has come to me, asking me questions about drawing and stuff. She's working on an iPad and doing Procreate, and just everybody I know is doing it. And here's me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not an Apple person. I'm a PC guy.
Well, you're not an Apple person,
and I'm not. But... And boy, oh boy, it's a whole new world.
A whole new.
Nice close up on yourself.
Yeah, I
was to go.
Trying to move you over.
Yeah, I thought so.
So we decided to just go look, and we had the funds set aside for, a business purchase, and we get there.
Yeah. Well, again, with some great, I had never tried it and I never worked on any of these things. So luckily, again, Micah Doodles came over to visit and, talk art, and we got in the cars and had all kinds of fun. It was a really fun time, and I'm so appreciative of the visit. But what he did also show me is like, hey man, why don't you, he pulled his tablet out and he let me try drawing in Procreate.
Mm-hmm.
And I've used a bunch of digital drawing tools for PC, and nothing against them at all, but boy oh boy, what a difference that program and that tool is. It is a game changer.
Right.
I don't know if it'll be necessarily a game changer in the quality of my art or whatever, but it feels like I've got some other options of creation that I didn't have
flexibility
that I didn't have before, or I don't have to go to multiple places to do what I was trying to do. I can almost do it all in one place, which is really cool. Are we back? Yep, now we're back.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost internet for a second.
Oh, that's weird.
Let me make sure I'm off Wi-Fi, because
sorry,
you're on Wi-Fi for your phone, right?
Yep, I have to be.
Yep. So let me make sure I'm off.
So this is, like I said, something he's been talking about.
Coop, get off Wi-Fi.
Something that you've been talking about getting, but this is definitely how long have you been doing this full time? Well, not full time, but even as a hobby, full-time hobby since 2012.
Yeah.
And you're just now to the point where you're at a place where you wanted to make this change.
Yeah. We had talked to Apple.
We had talked about
bunches of time. Every time we bought a new computer, we had talked about the possibilities of changing a direction and going with a different version, thing. And I didn't know enough about it and never used it, so I just didn't do it. So I had held on to that and made do with what we had, and I think we've done a great job up until this point.
Tell people how it started, because when you first started doing like the digital art stuff, I mean, anybody can pick up a piece of paper and a pencil and draw on paper. But to do the digital art was a little tougher for us to get together. Tell them about the piecemeal
so
setup you had.
Realistically, how I got into digital art was I had a friend that I worked with when I worked for Circuit City. He's like, I got this, I know you draw and you airbrush and stuff. I have this thing, it's like a drawing pad. I bought it. I was going to use it for something. I forget what he was going to use it for because I never used it. It's brand new. Do you want it? And I'm like,
oh, okay.
Well, I didn't know what it was really. I'm like, I guess. Sure. I mean, sure, I'll take it if you don't want it. So he hands me a Wacom pad. And again, didn't really know much about digital drawing. And so I had this thing sitting, in my possession for probably about a year or two. And then I meet you and you make this space for me and, drawing table and all these things. And I'm drawing on paper and all this kind of stuff. And I forget how it happened, how exactly how I was like, let me pull this thing out. But I think I had mentioned it to you, but I said, I don't know. I actually don't have a computer. I didn't really own, did I own a computer?
I don't think you had one. But I had a laptop, right. But the screen was cracked.
See, now that's weird. How was I getting on the internet then?
Well, I had a computer.
You had a computer. I think, because in the midst of my split up,
right.
I think we had a computer, a family computer, or maybe I had a desk. I think I had a desktop. That's what I had. I had a desktop at my house. And yeah, so I think I might have seen online some people utilizing it. And so they're like, you do it in Photoshop. So I was like, how do you even do it? So I remember the first time you said, well, I have this beat up laptop and a screen, and you plugged them in, and sure enough, they worked, and you had internet and stuff, and we plugged that digital drawing pad in it. And I remember messing with it, and I'm going, oh, you could draw lines and you can do all kinds of stuff. This is kind of interesting. And no idea even how to use Photoshop really. And then I remember even I was thinking, well, how do you do this? Like, I have these drawings. I wonder if I could trace them. So I remember doing little drawings that would fit on the pad itself, the size of the pad, and tried to trace them. And it didn't read the same way on the screen. So somehow, some way, I watched some videos or something where I saw somebody import the drawing into Photoshop, use a different layer, and then trace on top of that. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I started doing that, which was tracing my own little pencil sketches in Photoshop, and then started learning about layers and then the different drawing tools. But the weird thing was learning and teaching myself how to look up with no mental connection to my hand,
right? And
then manipulating the pencil around the pad, which was only, probably this big, is almost as big as my phone, maybe even smaller. But the pad itself was not the drawing pad portion was not that big.
Yeah.
But it would be as big as the screen or whatever.
It would project it on the
canvas
screen.
Size you chose. And I remember doing, realistically, when we get off of this, I'll post, or today or tomorrow, I'll post on Facebook some of the early digital drawings, artwork that I did, which became some of the prints we sold in the beginning of Johnny Jalopy Hot Rod Art. Was selling these early, learning how to draw digitally, and then getting a bunch of shit for it because everybody else was saying, why are you doing the computers? It's computer tricks and the computer's drawing for you. And I'm like,
it was never tricked.
Not even happening.
You weren't ever utilizing any of that.
I didn't know how to.
As you were learning Photoshop, Kevin was in school learning Photoshop.
Yeah, he was actually becoming what do you call it? Certified and all this stuff. And he came and he showed me a few little tricks but that was my son. I was like, I wish I knew how to do all the stuff he knows how to do.
Yeah.
And I was seeing, again, as I'm progressing, the internet's growing, and I'm starting to see more and more people doing digital art. And then I saw my first Viacom Studio computer, which was a guy drawing on like a 20-inch screen directly on the glass itself to where it looked like he was drawing on paper.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God.
Which is the equivalent of what you're doing now.
Right. Well, that was still years before that. Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, man, that would be amazing. And then I remember looking it up and showing you, and I'm like, hey, it's only like $30,000. I mean, and then I just remember us trying to find a way to do, and then we ended up getting a better. I think we went from the which I still have that. I saved that.
Yeah,
I still have that half laptop in the screen that we had, and I remember then we bought an actual desktop for me. And then you bought me a bigger 20-inch screen. And then I remember I was in heaven that, oh my God, I can see the screen big.
Still
and I was knocking out artwork like crazy, thinking how amazing it was. And then still trying to utilize both skill sets of ink and pen. Because again, those guys on the ham, when I was posting digital artwork back in the day of my hot rod art, all of them were giving me shit like, dude, this is not traditional art.
Yeah.
This is digital. This is computer. And a lot of those guys now that were giving me shit all do digital and have transitioned to mostly digital.
Well, one of the questions asked is, what's the best way to start drawing hot rods if you've never done it before? And, looking at the way you do stuff now versus that story of where you started, it did start with paper and pencils and pens, crayons, probably at some point.
I think that I continue to utilize the same process for myself through all the technical changes that have happened, even though we've advanced in technology, and now this new device that I've gotten is even more advanced than what we're utilizing right now to do this podcast.
Right.
And what you see me draw on, on the screen live on Sketchy Live, it's a completely different animal. Right. And this new one is even quicker and faster and so much worse. Like I have to retrain my brain from using like the Sketchable program that I've used in this PC that I have.
And we love Sketchable.
Still love it. It's a great tool, and it got me here.
Yeah.
And the way this program in Procreate is so much quicker and responsive. Like my drawing, digital drawing habits, I'm gonna have to hone in a different way now, because it's a totally different, it sounds stupid because you're still drawing in a drawing program, that it wouldn't be different.
Right.
And I'm sure guys that have been using like Micah probably goes, what's the difference?
Right.
This is, but I can tell you, just in
having used the two,
a simple situation of pulling a straight line on an angular curve on my PC screen versus this thing, I'd have to do that line 6-7 times to finally get it straight and be quick enough to pull the line fast enough to where the computer had no time to hesitate. It would just track, which was great. It did track. Or there was another tool that I could use that would help with tracking, but it never gave fullness to creative, like really the sketching like you would on a pencil or pen. Where this thing is so fast, I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
It's almost too fast now.
Yes, it is almost too fast. For my brain, it's not comprehending the speed yet. So I've got there's some training.
So there's some learning to do.
Yeah. So what are people saying? Just make sure we're not losing track of that.
Let's see what we have here.
By the way, does everybody like the change that we did in positioning and our new format here that we've got here at Sketchy?
We're in a corner now. We've backed ourselves.
And you can see Eddie B on her own now, which is great.
Can you?
Yeah. Look, there she is.
Oh, hey guys.
The adorable Eddie B.
Wesley Wilkerson said, I'm only pretending to be here.
Well, we appreciate you being here.
Marvin Kramer, are you two going to hot August nights in Reno?
Oh my gosh, we wish,
that
man.
Would be fun. I would love.
And it's one of those. So that's another one of those that this just all like the transition and job and availability to travel and things. It just happened for us. So if this continues, which, God willing, that's the case. Yes, that is a show that we got to go to. Hot August Nights is a great.
I would love it.
I remember stories of it way back when and how cool it was. So
okay. Frank Pupello said, "I'll work on the jumbotron." We got faith in
Wouldn't that be cool?
We've got Barbara Johnson joining us. Hello from New Jersey. That's my second mom that helped raise me up in Jersey.
What's up, Barbara?
Love you. Timothy Punnell joining us. Evening.
What's up, Timothy?
We've got Michael. Hey, gang. Nice seeing you
Timothy
again.
from Taylor, Michigan, I'm assuming? Because he wrote Taylor.
Timothy Punnell.
Under his name, it says Taylor.
I'm not seeing. I didn't get that comment yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Dennis Goff, is it Monday already? Glad we're all here. Welcome, sir. David Iyer, hello from the high desert of SoCal. Welcome. Yep. And Timothy Punnell is from Taylor.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Wesley Wilkerson's here. Yeah.
I already said that. Yeah. Heather DeMong Jastremski. I love it. That's an interesting last name. And I hope I did it justice there. Procreate is really a game changer compared to any other app I've tried. I've had a hard time going back to anything else. Yeah. I don't foresee Johnny going back. And once you master this,
yeah, Heather, and I, boy, I sure hope I can figure it out, because I've seen the work. And again, here's where the falseness is, that it's the program. No. It seems to be this amazing tool that allows a lot of creativity and so many different styles of being able to make things. So I can't wait to see how I can bring my style of artwork and utilize this tool, and how hopefully it feels like there's a lot of possibilities of it really expanding the style that I like to draw in, and doing some really cool stuff with it. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm
excited, but also a little nervous about it too.
It'll be fun. David Iyer wants to know, what were the first cars you started off drawing? So twofold. First, when you were a little kid, I know you remember drawing cars, but what did you first really draw? Was it the stuff in the TV guide like everybody else, or?
Well, was there cars in the TV guide? No. I as a kid, I think more along the lines of trying to replicate what Hot Wheels look like, because that was the cars that I was.
Would you like set it in front of you and look at it? And
yeah, and then also, because it wasn't like I was getting magazines. Now I will say, as I was a not a little kid, but Cartoons magazine was popular, the original Cartoons magazine, and I would get those and try to draw, the George Trostley draw likes and all that kind of stuff, and remember just butchering stuff. But I like drawing all kinds of things. I thought they were all kinds of cars were interesting. I think I was even trying to do military vehicles and different stuff like that. But I didn't really get into drawing cars the way I have now until much later. But I had an appreciation, and I had a junior high teacher who was an art teacher, and that's what he did, is he drew cars and hot rods and different things like that. And I remember thinking to myself, man, it's so cool what he does. And he'd have them, posted up all over his room, and he was doing work for somebody, like commission type stuff.
Wow.
In the style in which he did was stippling, which is just little teeny dots, and it just these elaborate pieces. He would spend hours and hours. And Mr. Beedinger was his name, from Orchid Junior High in California.
Shout out.
Yeah. And again, we've wrote that in many things, that he is a huge influence and just making me think that it's possible that automotive stuff's possible. Automotive stuff is possible.
So that's when you really started drawing. And then when you started doing the digital stuff, your first go-to was, let me try drawing cars.
Well, again, because what happened was, before that, it was about, I wanted an apparel business, and then I got my airbrush, right? So in the midst of airbrushing stuff, and I was trying to airbrush everything, birds and people's dogs and all kinds of stuff. And it wasn't until someone asked me to do their truck that I was like, oh. And then another person, hey, can you do this? And can you do? And then it was nothing but, once I did the first cartoon airbrush of someone's, which I wasn't trying to cartoon it, that's the way it came out. And then I started going, the response was really good. And then I started searching for other artists that are doing automotive artwork. And then that's when I was like, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is really what I want to do. And then it was the transition. So I kind of put the airbrushes away because I didn't have really a space to do that. You were generous enough to give me this to draw.
Right.
But airbrushing was much louder at the time for me and a lot more space.
It
and
was
it had
a very
loud
loud hobby.
And it had and there was a little bit of a negative feeling that I had going along with it when I was doing it. Like I showed you a few times of it, but I think it was like, hey, look at this, and just to see if you would go, this is stupid, or you know what I mean? Because I feel like, in my previous relationship, it was looked at as something that was stealing time away from whatever.
Yeah, that was your big issue with art in general, being with me, is you didn't want to use that time for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want it to take away from time from us, because you thought I would be negatively reacting. But we got that wall broken down.
Yeah. Well, yesterday.
Yeah.
I think actually last night or Friday. It was Friday right before we went to dinner.
It was actually today. Rob Earl. Hey there, ADB and Johnny. I'm unfortunately on a knee shift time and I will have to watch on replay later. Take care from the Hunter Valley, Australia. We appreciate
you and be safe.
We've got Mike Hicks. I can't even do it anymore
because you're out of practice.
I know. Good to see you tonight, he said. We will be seeing you, sir.
Yes, can't wait to see our brother Mike Hicks. Yeah.
We've got Timothy Pannell wants to know Edward Hines Cruise, the best. Where are they doing that at?
I don't know. I'd like to go.
Richard Hahn said, checking in from Alpena.
What's up?
Welcome,
Pina?
Tom Walters. Hello from New Jersey.
What's up, Tom?
Welcome. Wesley said, yes, I have a Wacom. Mine is the size of IDB's laptop. Oh, he's got a nice one now.
Wow. Is it the type that you draw on top of, or is it just the pad, Wesley?
Julio,
and again, that was a different training your mind to look at the screen above you as your hand is down here. Took a while, but what was crazy is I got so used to it. Then when we did transition to a tablet to draw onto,
it was a hard transition.
Oh my God. Remember, it took me months to learn how to draw in it. I was like, I thought this was going to be amazing. And it just same mindset that I'm kind of a little bit having with this Procreate stuff, which is like, my brain is not flipping toggle switches on to go, hey, this has just opened up all these doors for you. I was like, to the point where I was almost trying to figure out how to put the screen up higher and try to, maybe if I draw on this and there's a screen I can look at, I can mimic the old ways of my brain working. Okay. and then it just took time to knock down all the muscle memory type stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely took a little getting used to. Julio said, great to see how you've been able to use technology to express your creativity. Yeah. Thanks, man. Like we said in the beginning, this wasn't even something that he ever expected to do. And then, we really pieced together this Frankenstein computer.
We have been
so low budget from day one.
This is the one thing about Johnny Jalopy Hot Rod Art that's been from day one. We have low budgeted this thing.
Bad.
From jump. I mean, to the point of,
but we've learned a lot along the way.
Even to the point of even the way we still continue to offer like our prints and the different things that we do is we're trying to do it on a budget friendly way to do it. Not always specifically about us. It started where it was that, but then the more and more you and I would talk about like, the growth and what we had dreamed. Again, going back to that initial dream is if I could just get one piece of artwork in someone's garage or man cave or whatever,
you'd feel accomplished.
That's a win, regardless of whether they spent whatever they spent on it or what we sold it at. So, in the beginning, when we were doing local shows and different, trying to beat like Venn stuff, everybody was like, you're too cheap. And that's maybe why sometimes you struggle. And it may be still why sometimes we struggle. But we've tried to still maintain to where it stays affordable because not everybody's, like even now when I'm doing discounts on different things, and there's been guys that have been like, dude, I would love to I wish I could, what you're asking, even at the discount price, is what I can't afford right now. And all I keep saying to them is, I totally understand. I'm here when you're ready.
Right. That's
so if you happen to come across some funds to where you can do it with me, listen, I'm here.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. At least I don't plan to. You know what I mean?
Timothy said, Southeast Michigan, the Heinz cruise is 25 years and older to get in.
God, that would be so cool to go.
Yeah. Heather said, Clinton Township, Michigan here. We just had our cruise yesterday. LOL. Very cool. Very cool. I know,
we can't wait for the weather to cool down a little bit. They're already starting, which is interesting for Florida. A couple cruise nights have now started up as August 1st came.
Oh. Still too hot, guys.
It is too hot.
Still too
and
hot.
Still,
and
there's still some rain stuff.
Still raining.
All the way up and through November, it's going to be hit or miss. But you can't stop those VW people, and that's where a lot of it is. They started a cruise night back on Fridays at Quaker Steak, and there's a couple ones on Thursday. We're hoping to hit that taco one tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah, so that would be cool.
Super excited.
Hopefully we'll have to hopefully it won't rain and we can pull the cover off the Bug and we're good to go. We'll drive there in it.
Yeah. And I think Shaggy, our buddy Shaggy LeBlanc, has a car show planned for this Wednesday.
Yes.
I don't know all the details.
I don't know all that, but definitely take a look at Shaggy's
hit
page.
Up Shaggy LeBlanc.
And there's a
Shag, if you're on, maybe you can post.
Said something about some live band.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty big show.
Yeah, so go check that out.
We're mad we're missing that one too. Mad. Wesley Wilkerson said it's not the type that lets you draw on a screen. It's just the pad.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We've got Mary and Dan Evans. Hello from us.
Hey, Mary and Dan.
Is it hello from us or hello from the United States? I don't know. Michael Overby said, is there an August art deal? I don't know, Johnny Jalopy. Is there an August art deal?
I didn't get a chance to make the little flyer for it, but yes, the art deal is this.
Ooh.
Here's the August art deal, and you'll get first crack at it because I haven't advertised it. So we were talking about prints.
Mm-hmm.
And prints is a fun thing, which is artwork that I've already done, and there's so much of it on the website.
Tons.
And realistic that there's so much that needs to be uploaded to it, but I'm so afraid to overwhelm our guy with more space needed.
Poor Hank Dutton.
But realistically, there's so much more art I want to upload to the website, make available for people to steal and do what they need to do. I mean, to buy and do all that they want to do. Anyways, the August. Did you freeze or you just stop moving?
No,
you're reading. Okay. We're running a special on prints, which is buy 2 prints, get the 3rd print free. And that's regardless of price. So that means like our sketchy live prints we do for $20 because they were done live. It's
a quick sketch.
Not as much detail as the Art by John Jalopy album, which those are $25. Wow, we bumped up $5 more for a lot more intensity and quality of art, I think. Although there's some cool pieces in Sketchy Live, there's a lot of neat ones, but there's some ones they're just fun, you know what I mean? And they're definitely in the sketchy style. Anyways, so the August deal is 2 prints, regardless of price. You get your 3rd print free. And the way you do that is you order your 2 prints normal on the website, and then in the comment section, you just tell us which print you want for free, and we'll add that print to your order.
Every one of the prints has an item number, so you would just put that item number in there. And if we have any questions, we can always email you.
If you said, "Hey, it's the brown bus with the multicolored rust on it," and I'm sure I can find it. But that's I think that's a great deal. So what we're saying is you can buy 3 prints for the price of 2. And it doesn't matter what price. So you could buy 2 $20 ones and pick your free one as the more expensive one if you want. We don't care.
We're cool with it.
However you want to do it is absolutely fine.
So it's a print deal.
And listen,
guys.
if you really want to do it right, then you add a hat and a sticker and some other stuff, and you make it a really great.
Make the shipping worth it. Make the shipping worth it. So that's what we're offering for August deal. Yeah. So buy 2, get 1 free.
But I will tell you, if you are interested in having your vehicle drawn, message me and just say, Johnny, what does it cost to have my vehicle done?
What can we work out?
Because Johnny Jalopy right now is still just working and trying to do work. So taking on jobs. And so as far as renderings are concerned, still have logo stuff I'm doing for people and some show stuff, which is awesome. But still trying to take other so if you'd like to have yours in let's say June special, where it was it was a what was June? That was the side view sketchy live $200
2D
digital drawing signed.
Oh,
and then there was the I guess that was the June. Anyways, either one, you can just hit me up and we can talk
we'll
price.
We'll discuss.
It's going to be anywhere from $100 to $200, and I'll hook you. I can get you done in a specific style.
It's probably going to be
there might even be a third grab bag of style I might try to do as well. So
it's a case by case basis. We're
and
not
more along the cases. If you want something done, you tell me what you're looking for, and I try to get you a great deal.
Yes,
because I'm just trying to get more art out there and more people talking about that they had their stuff done by me.
Yes,
and telling their friends so that listen, because I'm not.
And they tell two friends.
Exactly. And thank God to people, there are Michael Overby, a prime example of somebody who's, had multiple his vehicles done by me. And I'm just so grateful for the return business. And, hopefully he's been happy with what we've done. He's here. I'm assuming if he hated it, he'd be like, that guy's a piece of shit. And he doesn't know how to draw. And he'd be telling everybody. But just know that's kind of what we're doing.
I think we've had pretty good feedback though. So
it continues, and we sure appreciate it. But again, the deal for this month is there's a lot of cool art that I've already done, and if you got wall space, it's a great time to buy because you can get 3 prints for the price of 2.
Yeah, and they're all full color, 11 by 17 in
and they're
size.
Nice big pieces, and they're good quality,
ready to be framed.
Yeah.
So. We've got Fred Jeffrey joining us. Hello.
What's up,
from
Fred?
Michigan, Ohio tomorrow. I think he's headed to the Rock of Ages. That's our buddy Fred from our ministry.
Fred, enjoy the Rock of Ages. Be safe.
Tim said Shaggy's Heritage Park parser in Northline. Oh, party in Northline in Taylor.
Nice.
Okay, so that's where it's at, guys.
Party.
Josiah Van Arsdale. Hello from the Midwest.
Hey, Josiah.
Not a specific area, just the Midwest in general. I love it.
Way to stay safe.
Is it the land of tumbleweed?
Midwest?
I don't know, isn't it?
Tumbleweeds?
Michael Overby said, love the art. Now I need frames. Well, there you go. Okay, let me get back to a couple other questions here because there were a few more. Oh, Larry McCollum just joining late to the show this week from the Columbia River Gorge.
What's up, Larry? Welcome to the show.
So somebody wants to know, do you need to go to art school to be a hot rod illustrator? Tell people about your education.
I have 0 art education, and it shows. All I got to do is look at Johnny Jalopy art in comparison to someone who went to design school and stuff. Hey, look at Keith Wiesner's stuff compared to mine. There's the difference between somebody who's gone to college and taken art and specifically design and all that kind of stuff for automotive. That guy, and then works for, I think he worked for Warner Brothers and did backgrounds. Anyways, a phenomenal artist. Big difference. Take Chip Foose, also went to design school, and you look at his car drawings versus John Jalopy car drawings. So, do you have to? Well,
no.
According to Michael Overby, no.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate you.
Well,
he's like, but hey, man, if it probably would have helped, and it would have. And if you have the opportunity to go to art school in some way or design school or something, of course, it's only going to make you better at what you do.
We had Thomas Estrada on, who was an illustrator of. He did Disney cartoon stuff and Disney.
Imagine all that stuff.
I think when we asked him, he hadn't done cars. I mean, maybe he doodled on his own, but that wasn't what he was doing. Before he got into
it, that wasn't anything he normally done.
And now that's like his big thing. But went to school for something totally different.
In the race
art-wise.
of art to the finish, he just right by me. Yeah.
Yeah. And just because he's
a great guy. He's got talent.
Quite the education. Absolutely. And then on the job experience. But what you bring to the table, and I'm not saying that no one else has this, but why I feel like you're being successful with what you're doing.
Hit me, linchpin.
It's the heart. It's the heart, because you love this stuff. You really love cars.
I really do.
In your sleep, you could draw this stuff. Like, I don't know if he looks at reference photos when you guys send him stuff, but for the most part, if he just sat down with a piece of paper, because I've watched him do it, he could just draw a car off the top of his head. He could draw multiple different cars off the top of his head.
Yes and no.
You can. You've done it. I've watched you.
Yeah, there's a library in my brain of cars Could I draw all of them? No.
No, not all of them.
And reference definitely, especially when it comes to like customized cars, you definitely need a reference because then
sure, because you're trying to mimic what the person has. But I mean, just basic stuff. Skulls you could do without reference. Your crazy little monster people you can do without reference. Rat think you can do without reference now. I mean, like
I've looked at it so
many times. You've studied. You may not have studied in school, but you've studied it. And I think when people ask if you have to go to art school to be a hot rod illustrator,
no.
I think it's time put in. I mean, it's a great idea to go to school for something like that.
If you can get art training, and if art is something that you're looking to do, and so let's talk to younger, older, whoever.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity to get an education, as far as understanding the tools and the techniques of painting and all that kind of stuff, don't hesitate. Go do it. Do you have to? I think if you're passionate enough and you're willing to spend the time, and that's something that I can say with all confidence, I've put in hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of time, not just drawing, painting, writing, trying different mediums,
looking at pictures,
and then just staring at photos, studying other people's art, studying other techniques, not just automotive, but looking at even the way, landscape or people that do horses or portraits. Like I was watching this PBS portrait challenge thing on YouTube, and I went down a wormhole and I was just fascinated by how amazingly cool. And then just watching the different techniques. I love watching these guys that do like abstract graffiti types. Like I'm in this graffiti craze right now, which I'm so blown away by muralists and people that do graffiti art.
Yeah.
Just so blown away by the talent and techniques and colors. All I want to do is like, how can I add some of that, a little bit of that flavor into my stuff too? So, and that's really what it all comes down to in the ever changing, ever evolving style that I hope that I'm trying to attain, is I'm always trying to better it and make it just with more flavor and more something, where it draws attention that you go, wow, that's really cool.
How can I practice drawing cars without getting discouraged? I don't know if you can.
No, you can.
Can you?
And again, it's time. It's just practice.
Yeah.
And again, it's go and look at, and this is what I would say: find people that you really admire in the way that they do their style, and then study the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not copy it. Study it. Study it. I mean, study it. Like strokes, pen strokes, all the little teeny details and the things that they do. And especially with social media nowadays, you might even have the opportunity to talk to those people. Some of them might help you. Some of them aren't.
Some of them may turn you away.
Yeah. And there was a lot of that in the beginning of my art journey, was asking questions and having doors shut in my face, until I had finally got enough, I think, street credit that were some people that didn't give me the time of day would allow me questions and talk to them. But then there were others that were just so phenomenally open and willing to help and answer questions. And like I go back to, there's a guy, Scott Stevens, aka Zombie, way back. And I remember asking, he was one of my still is one of my most favorite artists. And I asked him a couple questions, and he was like, yeah, dude, how can I help?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't tell me specifically how to do said things, but he, like, if I asked a tool question, this is how I'm doing it, or this is how I do it. And I would just study everything he would do, trying to figure out, how's he doing chrome?
Right.
How's that guy nailing chrome? And then
when you say study it, because was he doing videos?
No.
Were you watching videos? So you were just looking at it and trying to figure it out, and then practicing on your own.
Looking and trying to, so how can I recreate that same, and not knowing what he's using.
Right.
I just knew that on some of his stuff, he was using colored pencils. Like he would do a lot of work on black background type stuff. So I didn't know if it was black paper or if it was black The whole back was black, and he was doing mostly colored pencils, and just how he was able to create chrome, and it looks so real, but it wasn't so much detail, but it wasn't a lot of detail.
Oh, that sounds
familiar. I know.
Timothy Pennell said napkin drawings when you're out for dinner. LOL.
Yes,
we've done
tons of those. Placemats, my favorite.
You remember Cody's? They had the paper on the table.
I specifically like going. I never necessarily.
You'd eat your peanuts and sketch.
Specifically loved the place for the food itself, but I sure loved the butcher paper that they would put on the tables because you could draw on them.
Three-legged dog is joining us.
Hey, what's up?
Challenge for Johnny: make a Cybertruck look cool. Shout out from. Oh, that's funny. He wrote what I would have pronounced Haverhill, but it's pronounced Haverhill.
There we go.
Thank you for the pronunciation.
Perfect.
He knows me.
If you wanted, that's somebody who's obviously watched the show before.
And then he said, JK, don't draw a Cybertruck. Larry said, innate talent helps, which you have. Then practice. You have and continue to put the time in to improve. A little here, a little there. You have this.
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate that.
VFX Garage is joining. Hey, Johnny, love your stuff. I love the freedom of your style. It feels alive.
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate that so much. That's really, that's again, that was the biggest thing I tried so hard, again, in the studying of your favorite artists, you still have to hone your style. You don't want it to look like someone else's stuff. What you're hoping, and this is what I would always hope as I started to post things, and I got a lot of crap from people that said I posted way too much art in my beginning of my journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had other people, like legit, like people that I was looked up to, and this is how the conversation started with some of them, was I was getting in messages from them going, dude, you post, you're the most postingest artist I know. Like, do you ever not draw? Do you ever not finish things to the finish and then post things? Like, when do you sleep? Was the comments I was getting. And I wasn't. I was constantly spending time drawing and putting something on, and then what I was hoping is, as I kept posting these posts, that I could see my art and be able to pick my art out. If I just typed in hot rod art, and then artists would pop up.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember?
And then I would go, okay. I'd start scrolling and scrolling. Is that what you're going to talk about? Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to the end, and my art wasn't there. And I'm like, damn it, I got work to do. And I'd post and post and post and post and post, because I knew it was a matter of people not only posting it, but people liking it. And then as soon as it got traction and people liking it or sharing it, then you started seeing it show up in the search. It took years.
It was all a search engine.
It took years. Do you remember? And remember, I think I might have even called you or texted you and said, I did a search the other day on hot rod art.
I was on page 12.
I finally made the pages, and I was stoked because I could tell my art from everybody else's art, and it didn't look the same as everybody else's. And it was cool. I was like, oh my God. I'm on the same pages as Keith Wiesner.
Yeah.
I'm on the same pages as Zombie.
Nate
Greco.
Search engines are recognizing you as a hot rod artist.
Yeah. Chip Foose's art's on there. All these guys that I would look up to and go, my art's on the same page as them.
Now what's funny is if you type in Johnny Jalopy.
Oh, back in the day, if you typed in Johnny Jalopy, a record came up that said Johnny Jalopy, and it was like a 45 record that was like back in the 50s or something. And then it would say something about Jalopy, and then it would be other stuff, and nothing about
you. Now, when you pull it up, the questions that people are typing in to ask, have you seen them?
No.
How tall is Johnny Jalopy?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen
what's Johnny Jalopy's net worth? We'll clue you in. 0.
Yeah. Johnny has no job.
I don't know how much was the computer you just bought, because that we paid for.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's Johnny Jalopy's wife?
This time.
Yeah. This week. No, just fun stuff. So I'm so
Is
proud.
Is he left-handed or right-handed?
I'm so proud of where you came from and what you made for yourself. We have David Iyer. How
Hey,
do
David.
you make a knobby tire look so 3D? You are so good at it looking real.
Thanks so much.
Is that like the
yeah,
thread?
Yeah. So on those last, like, I'm assuming, because even when I looked at it, I was like, holy cow, those look really good.
Yeah.
The last drawing of that Jeep, Wild
Yes.
Monster Jeep, that I did those big, almost like super swampers on it, and drew the knobby tires and stuff. And realistically, it's all I did. It's just tonal differences is all. So I made sure that the background blacks were not jet black. So they were more of
like a dark gray.
Let's say like maybe like a 70 or an 80% black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next layers that I did were like almost a 50% gray. And that brings those knobbies off the black. So it looks like they're lit away from it. And then you just got to start thinking about how would light be hitting. And again, these were 2-dimensional drawings. So really, I kind of I did every other. So they sit higher than the lower knobby. So the higher knobby's got some lighter gray, even lighter grays, and then also white, where the other one didn't. And it just gives tonal difference. And that's all it is. You just got to play with your different varieties of either, taking just white and laying it down softly so it's not full white, and then coming back over on others and making those more white. Or you again, I have them here that I use Prismacolor color pencils.
Show it.
And just like that. And really all I did is for the knobbies is, again, I went with these are not the best choice, but they're cheap enough at my local Hobby Lobby. These are these Masters Touch alcohol markers. And I try to get the coolest. I always try to use cool grays. And I try to grab as many of the tonal differences as I can, but utilizing more towards the lighter side than the darker sides. And I use a lot of that for shading and stuff like that. But most of like the tire stuff I've got, it's not black. It's like the coolest gray you can get, as dark as you can get, that's not black. And that's what I use for tire color. So I'm not using black. And then that way, if I do need to put black in the rim, or where you would see through the wheel, like if there's holes, or that black will look black even on that cool gray dark.
Now, do you find it's easier to do this kind of like what he's talking about by hand or digitally?
Either way,
it's the same. You're using the same thing, the same effect,
same idea, same technique. Yeah.
Well, it is already 10:30 almost, but we've only gotten through 4 questions. So let me.
So David, if you're an artist and you draw, hopefully that helps you.
What is the easiest type of hot rod to start sketching? I mean, I know your go-to.
I think fenderless hot rods, like 30s cars, Ford, Chevy, Pontiac, whatever.
That's what you always have the kids draw when we go to.
Those are the funnest because you don't have to do as much like body shapes specifically, like fender shapes and things like that. The rules of covering the wheels, it especially when it comes to cartooning, it gives you so much more freedom because you can make the tires as big or as little as you want.
Right.
Where if you have fenders, then you're gonna have to manipulate the fender if you're going bigger or whatever, and then that can kind of make the car. Like, for instance, if you're doing a Model A and you're trying to make the fenders and the tire really big, now you've got to exaggerate the fender. But if you're exaggerating the fender, now it's more up in the body line and even maybe into the windows. And then you got to figure out, okay, proportionally, does that look right? Or I've got to cheat it or move it, to fool the eye into making it where it makes sense. Otherwise, it just looks out of proportion sometimes. And there's phenomenal artists that can do it. That's just the part sometimes I struggle with in trying to make it look good. Well, so I generally,
when we're at the shows, those are generally the ones that you teach the kids how to draw.
Right.
Because that's just a couple shapes. Yeah.
Because in teaching little kids to draw a car, which is they just want to be able to draw a car. Right. So if you can get them to where they can get their first car drawn, that looks like a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they go, oh, I know what that is. That's a
Mhm.
hot rod. You know what I mean? They know what a hot rod is in their mind. So if you can replicate that, and that's what I do is as I'm teaching, like when we were teaching how to rama, is I'm going to teach you. It's basically like 4 shapes.
Mhm.
We've got some rectangles and circles and some
Straight lines.
yeah, some and then lines and different stuff like that. But
That was
that's
one
what
of the other questions.
that's
What
what
are
I
the
use
basic
is,
shapes? So
is,
those are
is
the
squares,
basic shapes.
rectangles, circles, and elliptic type circles.
This is a good question. Should I sketch from photos or real cars? I mean, you've kind of done both.
I would suggest there's so many photographs of vehicles
Yeah,
in
especially
different shapes and varieties and you know where they're shot from, 3/4 view, front view, side view, back view, 3/4 back view, top view, 3/4 back view, 3/4, all that stuff. There's plenty of variety of that. Sketching a car live is hard because sometimes the light changes and then especially if you're trying to replicate paint or chrome, light will change and sometimes you're not seeing the full body lines because of the sunlight is too bright and you can't pick it up. Where in a photograph, you could change some of the brightness and contrast in your photo and get to the optimum of what you want to highlight in your drawing.
right.
So I think a photograph's a great way, but that's because then you could stare at it
Right.
for a long time. And that's, again, what I generally am trying to do. I just did a video where I drew a buddy of mine's bus from the front. And I didn't spend as much time picking up on all the minute details, but I could have gone way detailed because there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on the type of drawing you're trying to do. Are you trying to do real life drawings? You trying to do cartoon stuff, exaggerated? What is it?
And
What's the
then
style you're trying to draw?
the perspective too makes a big deal of difference because like you were doing that special a couple months ago of the 2D, which is just a side shot
Mhm.
of the vehicle, but then there's also the one where you do kind of the driver's side and then the grill part. So what's that, a 3/4?
That's 3/4 view. Yeah.
And then now, just this last week, you've been focusing on just the front end of stuff. You've done stuff where it's just been the back end of a car. So it just depends on where, like for you, the way you decide what to do is what looks the coolest. If there's something on the passenger side that's cool, that's not on the driver's side, you'll draw that other side.
Currently, I'm working on a fire engine, and I normally do driver side because generally driver side, if you're going to put a monster or you're doing a cartoon, driver side's the best way to add a monster or whatever. For multiple reasons, it's easier to place the gear shift if it's coming out of the hood or whatever in the correct, that doesn't look weird. And then, kind of figuring out how's the monster holding the steering wheel and how do I hide that? No, how do you see it? Do you not see it? Where from the passenger side view, placing a gear shift knob in the left hand it's weirdly it's a weird way to draw that hand from that view. It looks weird. Like, so if you're looking at my hand this way versus that way, what's more pleasing, that view or it's the other way? But anyway, the things I think is like, how would the hand look then? And sometimes you're not seeing the thumb, you're not seeing the other fingers as much as you're seeing them this way, which really show you a hand. There's guys that just draw a person holding it, monster holds the steering wheel in one hand and the gear shift's ripped out of the floor in the other hand. And hundreds of artist guys do that. And I'll always think to myself, well, how's he driving? And that's just me. I'm silly like that. I'm like, how's he holding the steering wheel? How would he, if a real monster was driving, would he be able to, so if you look at my stuff, always, their hand is generally in this almost kind of sometimes, and I try to mix it up. But those are the things I think about. I'm like, sometimes I've drawn monsters in the car and I'm like, how's he even going to fit in there? So then I don't, and then sometimes I just do a silhouette because I'm like, I don't want to draw. Like, how would he be coming out of a hood of the roof of this car without drawing, ripping things out of the, you know what I mean? Sometimes I geek out too much on the realistic parts of a cartoon.
And this is all part of it because this is the kind of stuff that goes through your head.
Yeah.
And causes you to draw what you're going to draw. These are the crazy creations that you lay awake at night and think about. What if I mashed a Volkswagen and a truck? You know what I mean? Like these are, you've got to have the imagination, I think, if you're going to be an artist. And I think most people who want to get into art probably already do have a creative side. And
sure, I'm sure they're creative in some other way that they're deciding. And again, art is it's all art. You know what I mean? Guys that build hot rods, that's an art. People that
welding is an art.
Welding is an art. People that work in leather, people that do ceramics, people that do work this, like these people that are doing all this crazy 3D printing type stuff.
Right.
It's creating stuff, and it's really it's art. We
are creating right now in our podcast, and you did want me to talk about real quick lay frame.
Oh yeah, so I was very fortunate enough that last week I was invited on a mini trucking podcast. I was so excited because
how'd they get word of that?
I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe they saw us talking about trucks and different things. I to be honest, I'm not sure how, but they asked me to come on the podcast called Lay Frame, and bunch of great guys out of Arizona, super cool people. It reminded me of how passionate and much I loved mini trucking. That's where I got my automotive start of owning a car, was in mini trucks, and just sharing stories of that. And then they were, I guess, fans of Full Custom Garage, and that's where they knew me from, which was neat. So they asked a bunch of questions that I haven't been asked in quite some time. And it was just cool. Really great people, really cool guys. So if you get an opportunity, go check out that podcast, Lay Frame,
on YouTube.
And just really cool dudes. They do it out of I think one of their it's either their shop or something. And it's 3 guys, fellas. I blanking on their names right now because I've only talked to them for 2 hours. I think our podcast went. There was a few little technical difficulties in the beginning, but it was still cool. It was a great time, and I can't wait to go back on that podcast. The guys were really cool. And the scene itself is
thriving.
I thought, because when I got out of it, I thought it went away, and these guys reminded me, dude,
because you left, you thought the whole thing folded?
No. I just thought you didn't see it as much, and it never. There's a tight group of people that it's not coming back and never left.
Oh,
it's just more people are getting back into the hobby of it, kind of the way the circles go sometimes,
right?
And what's really cool is I'm starting to see younger guys. In fact, just the other day, I saw this guy my age cruising down in like a early late 80s, early 90s Nissan hardbody. It was such a sick mini truck. It was white, pearl white interior, slammed to the ground, back like we did it back in the day. The flavor of how it was when I was mini trucking, and it was just, I just was like, oh man, that guy's got to be so stoked. And it just made me go, what if we could fit a mini truck somewhere?
We can't. We've got Hubcap Dylan joining us.
What's up, Hubcap Dylan?
Hey, Sketchy Duo. I always wonder how those monsters are sticking out from the back of the car, perhaps the back glass.
Yeah. See, and that's just silly. And again, maybe I'm sweating things I shouldn't worry about. But that's sometimes the things that I'll draw something and I'll go, how do you do it? But then I don't want to do, again, there's all you do is type in hot rod art, and you can see all the different varieties.
Yeah.
And the way people do it and stuff. And it's just how can I do it not the way they do it so that mine looks different? And that's been the quest, is how do I do it different, but also still a nod to the custom culture, lowbrow stuff. You know what I mean? So, sometimes if you can't beat them, you join them, as I've done with this Apple unit in this Procreate program. But I'm hoping that it still continues to flourish the style in which I draw and create art, and that it stays fresh.
So fun things to come with that. Stay tuned for Johnny Jalopy art because there's going to be some new pieces coming out. And I'm sure when you do one and post it for everyone to see, they'll be able to maybe see what you're talking about difference wise, or maybe not. Maybe it's going to be the same art.
I'm hoping that they won't see a difference. They won't go, oh, that looks like just like someone else that uses that stuff. That's like, for real, like as much as I'm like want to pick my Micah Doodle's brain, everything in me is like, I don't really want to know how he does everything because I don't want to, because I can look at his stuff and go, how did he do that? Because you can say, I'm like, how does he do that in that program?
Right.
The techniques in which he does stuff, because he does such cool stuff.
He does. He's
and
great at it.
Making sure that I don't copy how he does it. You know what I mean?
It's still going to be your style. So.
There's the little bit of that, like, oh my, it's a whole new thing, but it's what everybody's been using. Can I find my voice there? You know what I mean?
And you will. So we have probably another 20 questions. It's going to be another podcast in the future, so we can learn a little bit more about Johnny and his perspective on how to get into art. And
hopefully it was entertaining and you got something from it and it wasn't boring. Please hit like and subscribe, and that you appreciate that. We love the comments.
Yes.
And these questions that people have been sending in has been great. So continue to keep sending in questions. Yeah. And not necessarily here. You can hit us on johnjalopy.com. All of our contact info is there. If you have specific questions about art or anything else you want to know, or things that you'd like for us to talk about on the podcast, please do it.
Podcast ideas.
You're part of this thing, and that's the thing. I think next week when we sit down and talk about Sketchy Live, because I think it's a good time, like a State of the Union type thing, to really get back to understanding what this is all about, what our intentions are, what our plans are, what our goals are for Sketchy Live to continue on, and how we, because we talked about that a couple weeks ago, about how we hope the future of Sketchy Live will go. And, having you guys out there interact with us is the biggest part of it, because that's why we continue. I don't know if you see that red little thing at the corner that's giving you the time of how long we've been on.
They don't see that, I don't think.
Well, maybe, but we're live. Yeah. And this is not a pre-recorded thing. And the reason for that is that if we pre-recorded, then you wouldn't get to interact or ask questions or even
be a part of it,
or even say hello. You're a huge, giant part of Sketchy Live, and we're so grateful and so appreciative of every one of you that makes Monday night. This is the place that you come and hang out. We got some plans for the future. In the near future, Itty B and I are going to try to figure a date so that we can do another Sketchy Live happy hour, to where we can all hang out, maybe crack a beer open or your favorite beverage, or not. If you're not a drinker, that's okay too.
We get together,
have a soda or some lemonade. Yeah, we'll get together on Zoom.
Video to video, kind of open forum discussion, question, answer.
Just to get to know you more, and we'll answer any questions if you want to get to know us more. But just to have a more personal time together, you guys that come on and are a part of the show. Again, we don't look at you as like fans of the show. You're the show. So just know that's how we see it. Without you, there is no Sketchy Live, really. We'd just be talking and rambling on, and it'd probably be boring.
Like he's doing now.
I'm not rambling. I'm talking about a specific subject. You just want to get off because it's 13 minutes past an hour. We're fine. Again, I just did a 2-hour podcast. We're good. So don't forget the August. Is it August? August special.
We're in August, yes.
3 prints for the price of one.
No, for the price of 2.
Yeah. Buy 2, get 1 free. BY get 1. That's what it is.
It's buy 2. He's screwing it up. He's going to make a post.
Because you already made me mad with this whole watching the clock crap. Stop it. It's buy 2 prints, get the 3rd print free. So you order your prints on johnnyjalopy.com. Make sure you make a comment in the comment section, which there is a comment
special request section.
Special request. And you put special request, Johnny. I'd also like for free this print. You can make one a double if you wanted to. Hey, I bought 2 of the Ghostbusters print. I'd like to get 3 of the Ghostbusters prints, and we will send you that 3rd print for free. So yeah,
that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty good deal.
So look forward to that. So we've got that special going on. Continue to hit me up if you're looking to have your vehicle rendered. Message me, and again, you can contact me at johnjalopy.com. That'll give you all the contacts, or go directly to my social medias and message me directly. That's fine. I don't mind.
He's available, guys.
I am available. I'm always generally sitting around my computer or near my phone. More than happy to gab with you and give you a price on getting work done, because I would love to be able to have your vehicle done by me, and then you be so happy that you tell all your friends, and then next thing I know, all your friends are having their cars done by me, this guy.
Yes. Before we sign off, I do.
Wait, we have to. It's 15 minutes. You have other things to say. Hurry up, because we have time frame.
Prayers for Howard Pierpont.
Oh, yes.
He had a bit of an issue this week, and he reached out to us. Yes. And also for Lizzie Daughtry. I did not see her on tonight. I know she's been dealing with some stuff.
Yeah, she messaged, and I think she had something going on. So
yes.
Prayers to her too.
So prayers to the two of them, and anybody else struggling, guys. Just know that we do say a blanket prayer for everybody, and I know God knows what your need is. So
listen, and if you have specifically, again, you didn't even want me to draw your car, but you have something you need lifted, message me as well. Yeah. I'll make that part of my morning prayer.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah. We love you guys.
We care about you.
We do.
You matter.
You do.
If anything, if you can take anything away from Sketchy Live as we depart, your life matters. And
we're thankful for you.
Super, super, super grateful for every single one of you that are sitting behind your monitors and your television sets and all that kind of stuff, and you're hanging out with us. And all of you new people that have just stopped by, new names, we're so grateful for these new contacts of people, and we hope to see you again next Monday. Yes. And we can continue to grow these relationships. And who's to say that you won't be just like Spud and Julie and be taking a cruise with John Jalopy and Eddie B, or maybe getting a pizza like we did with our good friend Joe Lombardi, or coming over and talking art like good Micah Doodles did, or even being a guest on Sketchy Live. If you got something to say or something to talk about or something like that, do not hesitate. Hey, Johnny, I'd love to be on your podcast. What do I got to do? Because to be honest, that's how I get on some podcasts too. I just go, hey, love your podcast. If you ever need a guest, get me on that thing. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
We feel the same way. If you got something to say, or you're an artist as well, or things that, you know, a business you want to talk about or share, hit us up, either Eddie B or I, and let us know. And we'd love to have you on Sketchy Live. We have the capabilities. We'd love to see you here.
Yep. Great. Yeah. That's it. You're going silent. All right, guys.
Just fooling around.
We will see you next week. We love you.
We do.
Have a great week. And
as always,
stay sketchy.
Stay sketchy. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
JohnJalopy.com. Go.